That was good. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm freaking out, man.
Yeah, that's sweet.
That's really awesome.
I'm like freaking out in a different way. More villainous way.
Jeffrey?
Yeah.
You've already been.
I haven't been to State.
No, not yet.
You want to keep it?
Oh man, it's Comic-Con.
So,
I mean, it's to be here, 50th year Comic-Con, 80th anniversary of Batman, and with this story, like Hush, where everybody seems to be represented, and it's like pushing Batman in places that he's never been before, emotionally, romantically, physically. It's like it's a thrill, and I was a fan of the I caught it in graphic novel format, and I was a fan of that story. And to know that the Riddler played such a small but like important part to putting this nightmare together for Batman it was an honor to get to do.
So on that note, so since you started you've done some comedy work before, was it kind of difficult to make the leap to kind of more of a dramatic role, or was it just kind of a natural thing?
No, I mean, I've been such a fan of comic books in general, and these characters, this universe. The animated series is my favorite cartoon growing up, and I loved John Glover's take on the Riddler. I mean, all of those villains became iconic to me. You know, I can hear their voices in my head. It's more about, playing a character like this is more about just finding out what the intentions are, why he feels a particular way. And I was trying to respect the Riddlers that came before me, even the goofier ones, you know, but there's for me, this Riddler is different because he's almost like a millennial Riddler, you know what I mean? He wants Batman to recognize him. He wants Batman to know how smart he is, and what better way than to like get everybody together to absolutely destroy him, you know? I think he kind of wants to be Batman too. He knows Batman's smart. He would never tell Batman that he was just as smart as he is, but he knows Batman is just as smart as he is. But Batman's also buff and good looking, like, you know, has interesting women like Catwoman interested in him. And that's not the Riddler, so I feel like there's jealousy. A lot of jealousy.
So, follow-up question: was it a challenge making this Riddler your own, or did it take much work to do that, or like how was that process?
So much of acting is just like doing a lot of preparation and hoping for the best. You know, it's like you can't think about the characters that you love and the voices you've heard going into a record session. You have to be aware of them, respect them, and also just let go and play the part. So it was daunting, but it wasn't hard.
So my sister was a huge fan of Daria growing up in the 90s, and I know you played Upchuck.
Yeah, I did.
So you were announced as Riddler. Definitely there's somewhat of a similar, not exactly the same, but they both have that kind of ego, or...
Totally.
So I'm curious, playing the Riddler and Upchuck, kind of channel the same thing? Did you invoke a similar method, or...?
Well, like Upchuck, you know, I was on Daria when I was, I think, 16 years old, like 15 or 16 years old. I came to my high school and hired people from my high school to, like, you know, do voiceovers and stuff. I think it was mainly because they were trying to save money, because it was MTV and basic cable, and there were no contracts, so they were just like, get some kids in here, yeah. So I didn't really think about Upchuck going into this, but now that you say that, there is like very much of an outcast nature. Like even the Riddler does have such an outcast. Even in the Rogues Gallery, he's an outcast. You know, like I think there have been plenty of iterations where he's not taken seriously, even by the people that he employs, so and uses and works with. So it's an interesting bridge to marry between the two. But I didn't really think about it at the time.
It's happened on Young Justice at least once or twice. There's like, Ed, you know, you're a joke, and then he like proves to be, no, I'm not.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. I love this story though. I love that like Batman gets to a place where he's thinking about like Selena Kyle. He's thinking about Catwoman. It's like, you know, while he's trying, like, to be distracted emotionally while you're doing any job is hard, but to be distracted while you're like Batman is insane to me. You know, like when you're flying the Batwing and you're just thinking about like, oh man, I wonder what she's doing. Ah! You know? Yeah, it's a cool story to be part of.
What's it been like for you here?
I mean, it's nuts.
Is this your first Comic-Con?
This is my first Comic-Con.
Really?
Yeah.
And it's their 50th year.
Yeah, I mean, I went out to get, I was saying before, I went out to get Starbucks, and like Sailor Moon like pushed me out of the way, and like Wonder Woman gave me attitude, and I was like, what is going on here? And everywhere has like a video game tie-in that I'm interested in, or a comic book tie-in that I'm interested in, and it's like Colonial Williamsburg for like nerds and geeks, you know what I mean? It's like the whole city is transformed, you know, which is cool and also overwhelming and scary, you know. I'm glad they don't serve alcohol in the halls, you know, because if you've ever been in New York during St. Patrick's Day, or like, you know, Santa's taking a SantaCon, you don't want people dressing up and drinking. You know, it's not going to be fun.
Especially now with a bunch of swords.
No, yeah, totally. There's giant anime swords. You don't want that. Yeah. So it's a rare pleasure, but I think I'm either going to get really sick after this, or I'm going to sleep. I'm sure you guys are too. Yeah.
Anything we can be looking forward to in the movie, in the Riddler? Anything that you can remember?
I can't spoil anything, but I honestly haven't seen the finished product. So tonight in that room of 4,250 people, it's going to be my first time seeing the completed movie. So I'm excited for that. I'm sure it's going to be the best way to see the movie. I mean, I do like staying at home and like watching that stuff on my setup, but like see it with that many fans, you know, people who love the universe is going to be awesome. And I really can't give anything away, but they always shift things in these animated versions, and I could say that when I was reading the script, and I was like, I know Hush, I know how this is going to turn out. And I was reading the script, and I was like, oh God. So there's surprises to be had.
Were you pleased with how they made your Riddler look? Were you like, that's exactly how I expected it to look, or were you kind of surprised?
I was, you know what? I didn't have time to be surprised. I was just so happy to be there. I mean, you know, I think of like the bowler hat and the glasses, like I'm wearing. These are my glasses. These are not for the Riddler. But like, I was thinking of that. You know, that's the version I have in my head of like sort of the aristocratic Riddler, and it's not that guy, you know. But I was still like thrilled to see my voice, at least when we were doing like the dub sessions, to see my voice with that character. It was very cool.
When you were growing up, being kind of a kid, was there a specific character that you wanted to be when you were growing up? And oh man, I'm the Riddler, or were you excited about it?
I mean, I'm super excited to be the Riddler. I would do anything these guys ask me to. Play all of Batman's Rogue Gallery. They're just the most psychotic, most dark, most interesting characters to play. Like as an actor, I played Idiot. You know, it's like Calendar Man is insane. What a great character. The Red Hood, what a great character. Mr. Freeze, everything done out of love, all of his pain coming out of love. Like that's the thing about these DC characters is that they really have clear intentions and clear point. Like all they have to do is really sit down with a good therapist, and maybe they'd fight some help, you know. And Batman's the same way. Like I was saying to these other guys, like Batman, we're at the point now in the comic book storylines where he has a bunch of friends, and he still acts like he doesn't have any friends at all. You know, it's like he's got so many people dressing up like him, and he's still like, I'm a loner. And you're like, come on, dude. Yeah. I hope they make the Court of Owls. That'd be a cool thing. That'd be awesome.
I would kind of like to see the White Knight personally. That was just such a gritty, dark story where you're like, whoa, like Enigma's good, like freaking like Napier is good. Yeah. Batman's bad. What?
I know.
Yeah, that was awesome how they did that.
They kind of did make Court of Owls with Batman versus Robin.
Yeah, they kind of did.
Yeah. There's something about like the comic book storyline of Court of Owls, or like going into the history of Gotham. Like there's some deep dive into like the Illuminati-esque rise of like the secret societies building up.
Yeah, it was definitely a twisted story. I read that graphic and I was like, damn, Batman gets like put through the ringer.
Yeah, I know.
They really screw with him.
Yeah.
To the extent where he believes, wait, is that main person Talon my brother? What? Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
So they didn't really do it justice. They were like, let's throw him in there, but like, it wasn't really like.
I think they should do a deep dive and go again. It's just
I
idea
of like. Though with some of these graphic novels, they should do like miniseries instead, like animated miniseries. There's some of these things like where it's like they're so long that you leave too much time if you just do one movie.
I feel like we're one step away from that. You know what I mean? It's like we love like we're part of this consumption culture. We all will watch 8 hours of a show. Like, this is perfect for that. I mean, I know that I do that with anime. I do that, when I discovered Hunter x Hunter and they had like 140 episodes, I was so happy. So it's like, I can just consume this, And there's no reason why. I mean, that's also, if you haven't watched the animated series, how lucky are you? You get to sit down and watch like 5 years of the show. So it's like, we would all be involved. We would all be into it. So I'm sure they. I mean, I'll tell them. I'll just tell them. I got it in now. I just gotta talk to them about it. Maybe they'll listen. Maybe they'll be like, "Shut up." You're rapping. I'm like, "Shut up, guys." All right. Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Awesome to get to talk to you. Yeah. That was